Now. Okay, everybody. Well, we are officially recording. Welcome to our March team call. It is Wednesday, March 9th. I am Hope Baker. I'm a consultant and Executive National Vice President with Arbonne. And we have got some special VIP guests on our Zoom team call tonight. We've got a lot to talk about. So I'm going to get right into it, you guys. First of all, I want to congratulate everybody on an incredible month. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, there's a lot of background noise with somebody moving around right now. If you want to mute yourselves out, that would be awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Anyway, we had a fabulous month. It didn't start out that way. We were kind of looking a little, shaky, and then it just exploded, you guys. So never underestimate what can happen in the last, half of the month, days. Still got a lot of background noise, you guys. Can you sound, please? There's a little mute button. It's just on the bottom left of your screen, okay? Thank you so much. But a couple of housekeeping things before we get into our training tonight. Tomorrow is the last day that you can order your t-shirt for GTC. You guys, they're super cute, by the way. I got mine. I tried it on today. They're adorable. So please make sure if you want one, we are not ordering extras. There aren't going to be any there. So you're not going to show up and be able to buy one. So please make sure that you are buying that t-shirt. And then the other thing that I wanted to say is for those of you who have been in the business for a few years, you know that every year we do our happy hour at Diablo's. And it, I think, is one of the highlights of GTC for people. And we are doing that again this year. But I have to tell you that Diablo's went under new management, and they're no longer allowing us to just come in and order at the bar. So we have to pre-register. We're going to set up an Eventbrite, sign up. And it will be posted. It will be posted on Changing Lives Nation. Look for that in the next couple of days, you guys. It's going to be somewhere between $25 and $30. It's going to include your dinner. It's not going to include drinks. So your dinner, your tax, and your but it's not going to include. Okay, so again, it's going to be between $25 and $30, and that will be on our Changing Lives website very soon. We're going to do that through Eventbrite. So, getting into our training, we had a phenomenal weekend. We went and hung out with the big wigs, Donna Johnson, and some other phenomenal VPs, NVPs this weekend in Arizona, and went to our training in Paradise. And I know that there were a few people that were there that might want to share their takeaways, their aha moments. One person, Gus Saldana, are you on?
Yes, can everyone hear me?
Yep. Yes.
Great. Hi.
This is one of our official men of Arbonne.
You want me to go ahead and speak now?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, thank you. Hi, everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Gus Saldana, and I'm very happy to be part of this Arbonne Nation. I began Arbonne with my fiancee, Pauline, if you saw her here, just last fall. And this past Saturday, I was fortunate enough to attend Donna Johnson's training in person in Cave Creek, Arizona. But I was also lucky enough to meet many of those persons I admire and aspire to emulate their success. For me, Hope Baker is one of those persons, and meeting her for the first time was a big deal for me. But it was an even bigger deal, what was even a bigger deal was the amazing discussion and the learning and education and personal training that took place. It was literally a buffet of valuable information there for everyone. One of my aha moments was perhaps Jerry Rosenthal's colorful and amazingly spot-on simile of Arbonne's own teams with sports teams. And for me, that was handling of the small amount of active players that work our business and are responsible for the majority of the revenue stream. And then you have the majority or the larger part of the bench warmers that are not doing anything, and our tendency to spend too much time with the bench warmers and not enough time with our active players and those that are engaged with our business. And so that was one of my aha moments, because I know that happens with me. So I really took a good lesson from that. And, if you spend too much time with those bench warmers, then someone else he talked about called doubtful Daniel will appear on your shoulder and say, "I told you so." So you gotta stick with it and keep on those active players and balance, use the right balance with the active players and the bench players. So hope that was my aha takeaway.
Oh my gosh, that was awesome, Gus. Thank you so much for sharing. Love having you on. Now go sign up your new people.
All right, thank you. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, guys, is Ivy Losi, Area Manager Ivy Losi, are you on the call? Ivy?
You need to unmute, Ivy.
Ivy, you've got to unmute. Unmute. On the bottom left of you.
I'm here.
There you are.
Okay. All right, we got to stop. Be serious now. Okay. Okay. So it was. Thank you very much for taking me to this training in paradise. By the way, Hope, it was very, very good. So my aha moment was hearing Donna Johnson's group generating 60 million last month. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That was my aha moment. It was like 60 million. Okay, I just want a little piece of the pie, but it's okay. And then, yeah, I had to think about that for a moment. But another thing is, the popcorn concept. Filling up my skillet with popcorn and just, hey, some of it will pop, some of it will not. And, you just have to kind of, like Gus was saying, you spend time with the people that are doing the business. There will be bench warmers, and you just have to love them where they're at. And sooner or later, they'll see it, or maybe they won't. But you have to keep moving on and put some more popcorn in the skillet. That's what I got.
Awesome, Miss Ivy. So glad you came too. And you guys, we wish we could hear from everybody who went to this training this weekend. But, in respect for everyone's time, we're going to really work on keeping our calls to a half hour. So I want to introduce one of my best friends in the world and my sister in this Arbonne business, the fabulous National Vice President, Sherry Weller. Sherry, are you ready to go?
I am, and I was there too this weekend. It was so much fun to have you here and have my sister here. I'm not really going to talk about the training, although it was fabulous, but what I am going to talk about is how important it is to attend those trainings, how important it is to attend team calls like this, team meetings. We don't have a job, which is a great thing, but a lot of times people don't treat this as a job. And so when there are meetings, when there's trainings, if you had a job and you didn't go, you'd get fired. Obviously we're not managers. We're not going to fire anyone for not coming to a meeting or a training and for hopping on a call. But I will tell you that is the one thing that, if I could say, was a non-negotiable from the time that I started, that would be it. It would be plugging into as many things as I possibly could. When you're planning your month, I would just encourage you to see what your team, we know when all of our team calls are. Hopefully, when your nation meetings are, when your live events are. Plug those in first and schedule your events around that, because whether or not you have a guest, going to the meeting is great for two reasons. One, you may need the meeting. You may have had a bad day because we all have ups and downs in this business. So if that's you, you want to go to the meeting to get your cup filled. And then on the other hand, if you do have a guest, you want other people there. You want that energy to be big for when you do have the guest. So you either need the meeting or the meeting needs you, because there's nothing worse than having a guest and not having a lot of other people there to support that meeting. So I just encourage you all to do that. And if you think about it, not everyone there obviously is driving the white Mercedes, but I will tell you, the people that are building a business that do have a white Mercedes show up to the meetings. And so just keep that in mind. Just really want to encourage everyone to plug in. And I'm really preaching to the choir because all of you are on this call. And, that's really the first step. So I want to just acknowledge all of you for that. And then I just wanted to also say about plugging in. We were talking about Donna Johnson's training. If you don't know, and I'm sure all of you do know, she does a Saturday morning Go for the Gold call. That is something that I would say put on your calendar, whether it's Saturday morning to listen live or pick 30 minutes during the week that you will listen to that call. That is probably one of the most valuable calls. And if you have not listened to Saturday's Go for the Gold call with Linda Blum Huntington, oh my God, that's all I have to say. It was, in 11 years, and I wrote this on her Facebook page. I've listened to a lot of calls in 11 years. I think that might have been the best call I've ever listened to. If not the best, one of the top 3. And the reason why I loved it so much is that she had like a glossary, and it was really how, I've got this bug in my office right now that is just driving me nuts. Oh, we've got these, like, they look like mosquitoes, but they're not, so if I lose my train of thought, it's the bug. I apologize. So, listen to her verbiage, because when somebody asks her what she does, she says, I teach people how to build a virtual franchise. It's not about selling Arbonne. I help people build a virtual franchise. I've actually changed that and tweaked it a little bit to say I teach people how to build global franchises virtually, because I like the word global in there. And it's basically showing people how we can use all the technology that we have at our fingertips to build an organization. So it's really focusing around building a business. I mean, some of the things that she talked about, when she talks about her business being twofold, on one hand, it's about taking an acquisition. We always say take an expense, turn it into an income. She talks about taking an acquisition that we make in our everyday personal care space and showing people how to switch that to better, safer products. So it's just different verbiage, but for the highly professional person that we want to attract to our team, these things make a whole lot of sense. She talks about building an asset. Some of the verbiage that she used for that. And again, I encourage you to listen to hers, but she talks about teaching people to create an asset that creates an annuity, which is, a fixed amount of income for the rest of your life. I mean, some of these terms, and Hope and I were talking earlier, we both had networking. I had a networking event today. She had to discover Arbonne last night, and we started incorporating this, and it sounds so professional. You talk about the convergence of trends with new technologies, the public awareness of, safer products, the employment landscape, how that's changed over the years, and the fact that there's 4 generations of people, that really can benefit from this business. She goes into that. She talks about the intrapreneur business model, having the infrastructure of a huge, huge business, but we're still entrepreneurs. We just don't have the time or the money risk that's involved with what most entrepreneurs are used to having. And when she shares with people how her business is twofold, taking the expense, turning that into an income, but she also talks about teaching people how to become a professional network marketer. And I love that, because then it just addresses that right up front. I teach people how they can build a global franchise virtually. I share with people how they can use safer products by switching their brands. but I also teach people who want to build a global franchise how to become a professional network marketer. So just, I'm not going to take up a whole lot of time because I really want you to listen and listen again and again. I mean, I've already listened to this twice. I've got 3 pages of notes that I've used. So, even though we've all been in the, Hope and I have been in the business for a long time, we're still always learning, always listening. And that's really how you grow. That was a key takeaway this weekend too. Your business will only grow as much as you do personally. And so the more you can plug in and just, learn from the masters, do that. So I'm going to turn it back over, Hope.
Awesome, Sherry. Thank you so much. And you guys, that call is on our Changing Lives Facebook page. So like Sherry, I have listened to that call 3 times, and I'll tell you, I was poring over my notes yesterday because I wanted to incorporate all that great verbiage into our Discover Arbonne last night, and I think it was really effective. So thank you for sharing that. And you guys, I just want to talk for a few minutes about the training that Jerry Rosenthal did for us. And it's Jerry is the master of mindset. And really what he was talking about is us mastering our mindset because he goes back to always saying that this business of network marketing is won or lost in our minds. So we have got to have our minds right, you guys. If we don't, all of these tools and all of these, all the products in the world are not going to help us if our mind is not in the right place. So a couple things that I just wanted to share that he kept reminding us of is that our mindset is made either by default or design. And this is going back to what Rita used to say. Rita Davenport, our former president, she always used to say, we need to mind our minds. It's so true, you guys. Another thing that he pointed out was that our identity should not be based on our performance. It should be based on our purpose. And I think we all need to remember that because how many of us, one month we have this spectacular month and we're, just killing it and our team is exploding. And then maybe the next month is not so good. And suddenly, our identity is shrinking. And you guys, that shouldn't be the case. We need to go back to our why. We need to go back to the purpose of why we're doing this. And, really, you guys, we should think of this business as, we're doing this to change people's lives, really. I mean, in the big scheme of things, that's what we're doing. It's not just about us. It's about all these other people who need Arbonne, for sure. Another thing he was talking about is the fact that our mouth and our mind are connected. So what you are thinking about, what you are speaking, it's all going to come out. It's all going to play out in our businesses, you guys. We really need to be careful of what we're thinking, excuse me, and also what we're saying. And I loved this point is that we need to focus on becoming the builders of people, not just sellers of products. I am going to repeat that one because I think it's so important. We have to become builders of people, not just sellers of products. Again, it goes back to the virtual franchise, the virtual global franchise, you guys. This is so much bigger than lipstick. And Linda Blum Huntington, she kept saying, this is not your grandma's little lipstick business, and that we have got to convey that, you guys. We have to develop our trifecta belief system. I think we've heard this before, but it bears repeating. We have to have belief in the industry. We have to have belief in the company and the products. We for sure need to be products of the products, you guys. We have got to be using these products if we're going to be excited about them. And then lastly is belief in ourselves. And that's the toughie, that's kind of the biggie for people. And, we've got to work on this all the time, I think. He said, we cannot let other people's lack of belief steal our belief in something that is going to build our dreams. We got to really guard that, you guys. He was talking about having blinders on, that horses, they literally have blinders on. And he said that we all, when we go to, leave GTC, they should hand us all a pair of blinders as we walk out the door, which I thought, yeah, we should. It's hard. And it all goes back to minding our mind and managing our doubts. We all have them, you guys. I don't care if we're brand new consultants or we're executive national vice president. Every single one of us has doubts. It's just a matter of how we manage them. The mindset of a new consultant, I really think this is important. We need to understand a little bit the mindset of a new consultant, because when we bring somebody on and they're brand new, they're so excited. They're just jumping around. They can't believe what they found. And oftentimes they get to DM, and that pre-programmed, the past and the pre-programming, all of that garbage that we have floating around in our heads from the past, it starts rearing its ugly head, and they start doubting again. And so Jerry was talking about the fact that we really need to hold people's hands, and we really need to make sure that they are locked arm in arm with us. They may need to borrow our belief. They may need to borrow our story for a while. But that's so important, you guys. We need to understand what people are feeling when they're just getting out of the gate in this business, because I think it can make or break us and their business. 6 things that we've got to let go of to begin developing the sponsoring mindset. Again, super important. 6 things we have to let go of to begin developing the sponsoring mindset. The first thing, we've got to stop comparing ourselves to other people. The second thing is we've got to stop caring what other people think. We've got to try to stop pleasing everybody. A lot of us are probably people pleasers, I'm guessing. Number 4, this was touched on a little bit earlier by Gus and Ivy, is we've got to stop spending too much time with too few people. You guys, we got to coach the players that are on the field and not the players that are on the bench. We can love them too, but we've got to spend the time with those people who are engaged. Number 5, we've got to stop managing the players on the bench. There it is. You love them, but don't spend time. And finally, number 6, we've got to let go of the past, because all of these things, they're going to hold us back, you guys. Doubt and belief absolutely cannot exist at the same time. So we have got to make sure that we are minding our mind, getting ourselves in the right places, and we are going to rock this business. And I'm going to ask if Lisa License, are you on the call yet? Lisa was she was launching someone new, a new business partner tonight. And so she wasn't positive that she could get on. Lisa, are you on the call? Okay, well, you guys, that's okay. She's doing something very valuable and important, but I do have another special guest that's on our call with us tonight. And she is my such a dear friend. And I have to say, you guys, this is a relationship that I never, ever would have had if it wasn't for Arbonne. And over the years, Patty Alger has become one of my best friends in the world. She is the most incredible, special woman. She has got a servant's heart. She's a phenomenal leader. She has stayed the course. I cannot say enough about her, but I will say that she is in qualification. She and her team are in qualification for region. So Regional Vice President in qualification, Patty Alger, I know you're on the call. Are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, all right. Patty, we would love to hear from you, and just tell us what you're doing. Tell us how you're feeling. Give us some words of wisdom. We just want you to share your inspiration with us.
Well, I think what I'll start with is just a little background because there's people that probably don't know me, but there are people that do know me. I built from zero to region in less than 4 months, 10 years ago, and I did not know it was hard to do. I just followed what my upline taught me, and to Sherry's point in the beginning, when she talked about attending everything, I learned that lesson from Carla. I hadn't even started yet, but I was hearing from my daughter, Tracy, that she was attending things, and then I started, and she kept attending things, and I thought, this is what you're supposed to do. And so there was, Pure Oasis was coming up in September, and I started in May of 2006, and I told my daughter, Tracy, who was my sponsor, that we needed to go to Pure Oasis in September so we could learn how to be vice presidents. But we were vice presidents by the time we got there. And I didn't know it was hard. I thought you just did what you were told and you could do it. And I did do it, but I didn't understand this industry. And so I then fell into the pattern of managing my team, and I spent time with the players that were on the bench. And I didn't really understand a lot of that. And I lost my region 3 years ago, and that was hard. And I felt like a big failure. And I felt like if I told people that it would hurt their belief. And then about a year and a half ago, I decided that it was a story I should tell people, that it was worth telling because there was a lesson in it. So I did tell my team that I was in area, and it was 100% because I had stopped working my personal business. I was helping everybody else and hoping that they built their businesses. And I wouldn't trade anything about what has happened. I wouldn't change any of it because I am so much smarter in this business now. And so right now we are in qualification thanks to, I have 2 rock star area managers, Ann Gustafson and Lisa License, and they are just killing it. And I am right now the weak link in my team. I am an area that I don't have the same areas that they have, which is good because it is so clear to me that no matter what you want or how you want this to lay out, if you don't work your personal business, you're just not going to get where you want to be. And to your point, Hope, this is all about helping people. So if I'm sitting back hoping my team does this, then what am I doing? I'm not helping people. And so it's just been a really great year for me to really see how this lays out and what my role is. And I am just back to who I was 10 years ago. I am excited. I met this woman yesterday. I was shopping for some furniture, and I got her card, and I'm calling her tomorrow and just going to talk. I'm just going to see if she'll meet me for coffee, because I wouldn't have done that even a couple months ago. But I asked her a bunch of questions about her. I never once said anything about me. And I just think she deserves to know about this. When I learned about Arbonne, I was floored at what I heard. And I was like, how did I not know this? How did this escape me for all these years, that you could leverage your time and make this kind of money? And so I always think about, what if Carla and Jamie hadn't kept calling Tracy? Because Tracy was tough. She didn't listen to them for 8 months and didn't listen to anything, wouldn't look at it. And what if they'd stopped calling her? I would not have heard about this. And so everybody in the whole world at least deserves to know about this. And it's up to them what they do. It doesn't matter. But if you don't tell them about it, I mean, it changed everything about our life. It changed our retirement. It changed everything about our life. And I love now that I have done that for people, and I'm excited for the people I'm going to help in the future. So I have a lot of work to do this month to finish Region Qual, because it's my business that I have to boost up, and I'm excited to do it. And I've kind of let go of the outcome. Like, I'm going for it, and guess what? If it doesn't happen this month, it's happening next month. It's just, I'm going for it, but not with that frantic, oh my God, what if they don't say yes? Or what if they say yes and they don't do anything? None of that matters to me anymore. What matters is they know about it. They know that I'm going to do this. And there are no better products in this world. I believe that. But everybody that I've talked to doesn't see that. That's okay. It's okay. Whatever other people think. It's just my job to tell as many people. And I've already got this amazing team that's out there doing it. And Lisa is like, she's insane. Because her activity. She stopped over today to get some things for her launch tonight, and she's just like talking to Lisa. She's like, she's just like, she's got so much going on. And I just laughed the other day. I said, I can't even keep up with the names. You keep referring to this person and that person, and I'm like, I got to get a notebook and write this down. And it's great. It's exciting. I've got some other people on another team that are suddenly it's coming together for them, and they're starting to build a team, and it's just exciting to see this happen. And I'm so glad, well, not that I ever would have quit, but I think about the people that do quit. I'm like, how insane. I mean, even in my lowest points when I was feeling so sorry for myself, I knew there was nothing else. What would I do? I mean, what are you going to do where else could you connect with this community of amazing people that all want a better life, that are happy and upbeat and energized and wanting to help people? Where are you going to get that? You're not. And so I think that for everybody out there that is struggling, you just have to decide you're going to start building your little team and keep building your team and supporting those people that you bring on, but never stop sharing this, because somebody else out there is dying on the vine and you're not there to tell them about it. And it might change their life for not having heard about it. What if you did tell them it changed their life in that direction? And I think that if for no other reason, you can't even describe what that feels like. And all of you who have done it know what I'm talking about. When you know you've impacted someone's life in a huge, huge way, there is no other profession. I'm a labor and delivery nurse by trade, and I thought I made a difference. Nothing compared to what I've done in Arbonne. It's just, I can make a difference in your life for a day and help you have a baby, but I can make a difference for someone's life for their whole life, not just a day, by introducing them to Arbonne the way it did for me. So stay tuned. I'll let you know if we're going to hit it or not, but I'm giving it everything I got.
We're cheering for you, Patty. We are so cheering for you. Know you can do it. We know you can
Oh, I
do it.
do.
I know
I can
you
do
can.
it. The best part is I get it now. I know it's up to me. My team is out there. They're doing their thing, and our numbers will be great, but I know what I have to do. And when you're in control and it's up to you, you are in control of it, and you don't have to worry about what else somebody does, because it's up to you. That is power. To be in that position, that's like, I got it. I can do it.
I know you can, honey. I know you
Thank
can.
you.
So excited for you and your whole team. You guys, we are in huge momentum all across the board. I mean, I don't know what we're drinking, some new Kool-Aid or something, because it is really, really exciting. It's perfect timing going into GTC. You guys, GTC is going to blow your socks off. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I want everybody, to continue out this month in tons of activity. Jerry gave us a good motto for this year, and he says that we should all say, I am a sponsoring machine in 2016. I love that, you guys. I think we all have to remember that, abide by that. Closing out, you guys, thank you again for joining us. I love that I get to see now I'm looking at some of my favorite people in my whole world. I mean, how cool is this? You said it, Patty. I mean, these relationships that we have, that's priceless. It's absolutely priceless. Janelle, I have seen husbands, wives on this call. I love that I just got to see your little girl. That's the best. You guys, we have got the best thing going in the galaxy. Don't ever doubt it. You guys, love you all. Have a great week. Have a great rest of the month, and stay in that massive activity. Remember to order your t-shirts. Bye, guys.
Bye, Hope. Thank you.